Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey from LPM Public School Gola Bazar, your VST teacher. From today onwards, we are starting our online classes and we are also providing you recorded lecture videos. After your summer vacation, this is your first lecture today and we will keep discussing the scientific techniques of Taylor in chapter 2. Our topic for discussion is scientific techniques of Taylor. As you know that Taylor introduced scientific thinking for managing the affairs of any company, production unit or any service unit. How scientific theories can be implemented to get desired results and maintain efficiency and effectiveness in any, especially production unit. Before this scientific technique of Taylor, we studied about Henry H. Fayol, if you are able to recall your May classes. And he provided the 14 principles that are very helpful even in current scenario. His principles are applicable and they are providing a direction to channelize the efforts that are required in management, the managerial principles. So, what is the need of these functional and scientific techniques of Taylor? How they help in achieving the desired results? We will study in detail. So, the first technique that was devised by Taylor was functional foremanship. The division of labor, as we study that if there is a team of 50 to 70 people who are working in any company, there is one factory manager who is managing all the affairs of that company. So if he divides, there is division of labor. One department is planning and second one is production. The planning department will make proper strategy how to go to achieve the desired result. What type of product is to be made, what type of resources are needed, from where these resources are to be collected, are to be purchased, what type of machinery is required, what type of workforce, skilled, semi-skilled or unskilled, requirement of each and every type of resource is ensured. Timely and cost effective strategy is to be implemented because for profit making, the cost is to be minimized and profit is to be maximized, ensuring a standard product. If the product is below standard, then your cost management will fail. If the customer will not be attracted to buy your product, then there will be no use of all these strategies. So you have to maintain a standard product, maintaining cost efficiency simultaneously. So that's why planning is required. If everything is planned, then the cost will be minimized automatically. So first, the factory manager devises two departments. One is planning and the second one is production. And then there are four foremans. The name of the foremans that are required to supervise the workers. In planning, route clerk, instruction card clerk, time and cost clerk, and disciplinarian are appointed. These four people will supervise all the activities that are done in this planning. And there are production in charge in the second one, and the four foreman supervisors are gang boss, speed boss, repair boss, and inspector. All these 8 foremans will ensure effective and efficient use of the resources, timely delivery of the product with efficient cost management. So we will study this in detail today. What is functional foremanship? As per your book, it is mentioned that Taylor suggested the division of factory in two departments, planning and production, as Taylor felt that workers must be free from the burden of planning and they must concentrate on work and production. the worker who is working at the basic level, who is not well educated, who is semi skilled or unskilled, is not provided with proper mindset, is not intelligent enough to decide what type of strategy is to be used, how the resources are to be used. They are provided proper training. So their work should always be in supervision of the skilled people. There is one supervisor who is intelligent enough to understand all the intricacies, all the production machineries, how to accumulate the resources. So the four foremen of this planning department will keep an eye on the workers. They will help them in each and every step. They will guide them. They will ensure that each and every resource is properly utilized. There is no wastage of the resources. And if the wastage of the resources is checked, the management is efficient and cost will be automatically minimized. That's why these foremen are very crucial, because if your middle level and top level management are very capable, very efficient, but the lower level management, these foremen, if they are not efficient and effective enough, then whole strategy of that company will collapse. You will not be able to produce the required product or provide the required service with the desired efficiency. So they are in direct touch with the workers. So they should be smart enough, intelligent enough, and trained enough to motivate the workers how to get the desired result, how to motivate the workers, how to provide them the desired instructions, control, and direction. And if there is need of any training, research, and development, then training schedules are also made for the workers to make them efficient enough to deal with the modern technology, because we know that the workers who are not very much addicted to technological gadgets and modern computers, machineries, they are not able to handle the advanced sophisticated machineries. That's why different types of training are also provided to these workers to make them at ease to handle the modern machineries and equipments. So these foremen should be very good in handling of the human resource. Interpersonal skills, communication should be very good. They should be handling the grievances of the workers. They are in direct touch. So there should be empathy. If they are rude, if they are not in proper communication, they are always trying to dominate the workers, then the end result will be affected very badly. So that's why Taylor suggested need of properly trained supervisors who are master in each and every work that is going on in production unit. They will guide. If there is a supervisor who is very well educated in IT sector, then he will guide each and every worker to deal with the sophisticated machinery. If he is good in technology handling, if he is good in electrical equipments, then he will guide all the workers. He will keep an eye that all the production functions are in proper order. If there is any problem in the production process, then he will report and he will ensure the timely repair of the machinery so that the profitability is ensured. The any loophole that is affecting the production process should be handled very properly with efficiency. This is the basic job of the foremen. These foremen provide support to the workers and they are connecting link with the middle management. They report the issues to the middle level managers. Now we will see the more intricacies. What Taylor suggested. Taylor suggested that each department there must be some functional experts to supervise, guide, and instruct the workers, as one foreman cannot be expert in every aspect of the work. As you know that each and every person who is working in any department cannot master all the techniques, all the production facilities that are provided, all type of work. You cannot master yourself. So that's why there is need of these 8 specific foremen whose job is totally different from each other. But the person who is appointed at any of these 8 specific job, they are properly provided with all the skills that are needed to handle this responsibility. If a person is appointed as route clerk, then he is provided with proper skill and training to handle all the issues that come under the purview of this designation. Instruction card clerk, time and cost clerk. If the person who is appointed at time and cost clerk is not capable enough to understand the scenario, how to minimize the time and cost, he is not aware of the things, then he will not be able to handle the issues properly. Okay, so the person who are appointed at foremen should be efficient and trained enough to understand all the intricacies, all the complex technologies that are involved in that very responsible post. Taylor also stressed on minimum 8 specialists or functional experts to supervise and give orders to workers. Each boss will be specialized in one aspect of work. So Taylor is emphasizing on specialization. Okay, if a person is providing responsibility to handle different departments, 2 and 3 departments, then any person will not be capable enough to handle 2 and 3 departments with the needed efficiency. If the person who is handling finance is also given responsibility of marketing and human resource development, then he will not be able to do justice with his responsibility and work. That's why a specialized person are recruited to handle each and every department. If a person is being appointed as finance head, then he is to be dealing with all the financial issues. He should not be worried to handle the marketing and HR activities. In the same manner, the foremen who are appointed as repair boss, inspector are limited to the job that comes under the purview of inspector. Inspector has to be monitoring all the activities. He has to keep an eye on all the activities that are going on. He has nothing to do with the repair, speeding up the process. He is just monitoring and reporting to the foremen who will supervise the work. So we will study these things in detail. Each boss will be specialized. So this technique is extension of principle of division of labor. As we studied, that division of labor is directly applicable in this scientific technique of Taylor. Taylor said that the foreman must be intelligent, educated, energetic, honest, specialized, or profession experts. So you can assume how much expertise is required to be appointed as a foreman according to Taylor. You can enumerate the qualities that are written over here by Taylor: intelligent, educated, energetic, honest, specialized, or profession expert. If a foreman is provided, equipped with all these desired qualities, then only he will be able to handle all the issues, all the responsibilities. All these qualities cannot be found in one person, so Taylor stressed on having minimum 8 experts. Okay, now we will study the 4 foremen who come under the purview of planning in charge, and the 4 other that are coming under the production in charge: gang boss, speed boss, repair boss, and inspector boss, and how each and every foreman are managing the workers. Okay, so you can make this representation, that is making the connection between factory manager, planning in charge, production in charge, the 8 foremen, and how they are related with the workers. This flow chart is very important for the perspective of your examinations. If you are able to recall this flow chart and you after that elaborate the function of these 8 formans, it will fetch you good marks. This graphical representation is very eye catchy. Okay, the examiner will not go through all the details. This flow chart will attract him. In a single view, he will get to know that this student is having proper idea of all the affairs, all the departments, all the formans, then he will provide you good marks. Okay, so always if there is any chance of making flowchart diagrams, graphical representation, you should always imbibe that thing in your answer writing. Only writing will not fetch you good marks. If you are giving proper examples, making these diagrams, flowcharts, then it will be provide you an edge over others. Okay, such type of things will provide you an advantage over others. Okay, so I hope that all of you will study about this functional foremanship, and in our next lecture we will study the responsibilities and how the 8 foremans perform to ensure the delivery of proper product to the customer, how to channelize the efforts to efficiently and effectively attain the desired objectives. Okay, so we'll meet again tomorrow. Thanks.